Hey there, team. Welcome to Moria. Goodness. Okay, cool. What do we have here? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5-man attack on Moria. Sure, yeah, I mean, I guess it explains the 40,000 frames, so that'll be a bit of a grind. So we got Arthedain here by 2 times. I mean, I love Arthedain on defense, but Arthedain's attack is always a bit scary. But he's got his marksman there, of course, dismounted knights with Numinous, nice armored up. Well, no, you can't armor upgrade the dismounted 4 Nostarian knights, but we got one of them. Armored up Arthedain men at arms, troll slayers, marksmen, of course, again. Then armored up pikes. Yeah, I guess, I mean, that definitely helps. Definitely helps with the grind. You've got these fairly decent armored up pikemen. Then men at arms, peacekeepers and some civvies. Yeah, you'll usually see civvies in a siege, either siege attack or siege defense. Yeah, they're just so cheap. Like, why not grab one if you got some spare cash? And you've already dished out all the various upgrades to your forces. Over here, Khazad trying to retake their homeland by Leech. So he's got his lots of warriors of Khazad, jeepers sick, and sentries of Khazad, 3rd Legion, Shield Guard, Hammerers, and Miners. That's kind of cool. I like this. Oh, sorry, in the back, Reclaimers, some more sentries, and some Mithril Guard over here. I kind of like this. This is a cool vibe. It's like heavy numbers attack from Khazad. So even though it is just the dwarves' basic units there, the warriors of Khazad, it still is a dwarf. It still is a Khazad dwarf. So yeah, I mean, that coming alongside the forces of Arthedain would be really nice. I would maybe like to see more AP. I know we got the Hammerers, but I think maybe even a little bit more AP could have been quite useful. Got Modexa there as another one of these Arnorian forces, the Cardolan men. Minhiriath spears, more spears. Banditos, some sharpshooters, of course. Again, yeah, heaps of AP. Okay, the bandits are hidden. That was what was confusing me. Greenwood Garrison footmen there, lots and lots of sharpshooters. He'll definitely have maxed them out, and of course the gatekeepers armor upgraded there as well, with heaps and heaps of these Greenwood Garrison spearmen just for the grind. Yeah, I mean, for a militiaman, they got some armor, they got a decent shield value. They are not going to be racking up kills, but they're going to be, as I say, decent for the grind. This is kind of cool. Okay, so another Khazad force there by Diego. So we got the warriors of Khazad out front, heaps more warriors behind him. Behind them, again, Hammerers and Sons of the Fallen. Then Legion Bodyguard, Guards of Khazad to their sides, some 1st Legion Pikes. Yeah, I'll have another check over at Leech's army, but I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have the 1st Legion Pikes. That would be just sort of a guarantee pick. But yeah, you can see just about, well, all 3 of these 2 hit point elites been taken by Diego. That's more common from what you'd normally see. And then some orc hunters there just for a bit of skirmishing, or, well, high damage arrows coming in, really. And yeah, reclaimers for those big axes. So that's more typical, what you'd expect to see from what Diego's brought. Then I think we've got the Elves of Imladris. Okay, cool. So I like that. I like that theme here. Aden men. I don't really know that name either. Nuratino warriors, Eldarimwe swordmasters, some of these Imladris guardians with that armor upgrade, Gwathi Arthand. Yeah, this is very small, but very elite. More Eldarimwe spears, more of these guardians with that armor upgrade, Gwathi Meridain with an armor upgrade as well, and yeah, more Nuratino warriors. So very, very small. Have we even gone? Does this signify experience upgrades that he's gone for? I think, well, either way, yeah, so he's really gone out to make this just as strong as it can possibly be. Coming alongside, again, man, I mean, I would say if we had Diego over here, and we had Leech's more numerous army, but again, no, the men of Cardolan over there have brought quite a sizable number, so I'm not too worried, I don't think. Let me just take a quick gulp of tea. And also, I'm going to just make sure, because I'm a bit paranoid, I'm going to make sure I'm actually recording. Good, we are. So, as, you know, I would have said at the start, of course. This is the first video for quite some time. I think it was maybe 6 months ago. No, well, it was 6 months ago since my last video was uploaded, but my last recording was actually at New Year. So, going to be a little bit of practice by, 9 months. So, expect a few little hiccups. And during those 9 months, I have played a magnificent one game of Reforged, I think. So, I'm going to be doing my best with memory, but please, expect the occasional hiccup. We've got Hertum High with his heavy gobble spears, good AP, of course, but yeah, just a guaranteed pick when you're playing either attack or defense with Misty. Drake Broodlings, either just going to be a bit of a waste of money or a real powerhouse, we will see, and more heavy gobble spears behind. Could just get through those dwarves and men of Cardolan. Heavy gobble archers, yeah, I mean, as long as we've got crossbows, which we do, I'm not against this. It's tough to spend your money when you're playing a 3v5 defense as Misty. It's really tough to spend all that money. So we're going to expect all of these guys will have armor. Well, they'll have armor upgrades if they can get them, but all of them will have melee upgrades. Maybe a little bit of experience dotted about the forces. So we're going to be seeing some gobbles performing pretty well, hopefully. But still, as I say, it's tough to even the scales. These Mountain Orc host in the back, of course. Yeah, I mean, that they can go toe-to-toe with a lot of units. Black Orcs off the mountain. Bodyguard, of course. Crossbows. And the Berserkers over here, the real punching power. This all seems to be Hertum, but we do have some of Darthy's forces. I think that they're probably all Misty. So I'll call out anything. I'll try and run my cursor over everything, but I'll try to call out anything of note. More Drake Broodlings from Hertum? Or are these the Drake Broodlings? No, sorry. Let me just catch. Yeah, no, that's 2 Broodlings both from Hertum. Interesting. So I'd expect, they've all brought at least one then. Berserkers, and Goblin King Bodyguards. So 2 Berserkers from Darthy. That's how he's tried to spend his money. Definitely on that, incredibly impressive unit. Cave Trolls here. From Hertum, Snag of Skirms. Yeah, again, solid. Fearmonger is there. They can definitely hold the line. More of these heavy gobble spears from Darthy. And Snow Trolls, good to see. So yeah, Hertum, and is he gone? Nope, just one Fearmonger from each there. Who is our last defender? Holding over on this side. Nope, more of Darthy's forces right now. Anybody else? We have Winged Swordsman, 44. There. So again, a name I don't really recognise, but part of the Fear clan there. Lots of heavy gobble infantry. I'm quite surprised to see them, considering, as I say, the money that we've got. Berserkers, crossbows, infantry. I'm kind of surprised at the lack of trolls from everybody. Winged Swordsman has his Drake Broodlings. Snow Trolls there. And yeah, okay. So no artillery on the field at all today. So I guess my big things that I'm not perplexed, but just things to note. No artillery from attackers or defenders. I should say this video was sent to me, replay was sent to me a very, very long time ago. So it's very possible that I was given the rules and everything. Let me just, gobble tea. I was most likely sent the rules when the video was sent to me, but I can't go back through these chats. It's just finding all the information. It's going to really slow things down, I'm afraid. I'll talk about the urgency as as we go on, probably in the next few videos as well. But the what the rules are, I couldn't say for certain. If anybody was remembering this, again, this would have been played some time ago. But no artillery from either side. That Hawatri could have been quite nice for the defenders, but again, an inaccurate piece of artillery like that in this sort of area, and the attackers coming with a ballista on Moria is always very, very scary. And then also, I don't feel that we're using all of our trolls. I'm sure we could have gotten more trolls, but maybe their trolls can be not a bit risky, but like in these cramped environments, you're maybe not going to get the full worth out of your trolls. especially cave trolls. You know, they really, you know, they serve they're at their best when they can kind of overwhelm a force where they're not really worried about, you know, this group receiving backup or anything like that. Whereas there's this really jam-packed area, you're going to throw in your cave trolls, and there's always going to be something, some high-powered, high-damage unit in the mix that's just going to rip them up. But you know, this swarm of Greenway Garrison spearmen, you know, I'd love to send my little cave trolls into that. They'll survive a fair while in a mix like that. But yeah, cool. So, dear me, rambling. I say it's been a little bit of time. So we'll get back to the swing of it pretty quick. I've got one video that is going to be coming out after this, which is the Minas Tirith battle. So that I did actually record back in winter, so there will probably be a little bit of weirdness, but I want to maybe put out a few videos before I put that one out, just so it's you know, we're not jumping back and forth too much. Diego's first to break through over here. What do we got? We're already, oh shoot, we missed this. We've already launched the snow trolls out to quite a lot of effect. We've also got the spears coming out here right into these Arthedain pikes. That's very nice, actually. This poor snow troll will go down, but that seems to have been quite effective. These poor pikemen have gotten ripped up, and a few of these Fornasteran knights have gone too, for not very many spears fallen. Probably some damage to the snow trolls, of course, but yeah, cool. I like that little aggressive play there, especially on this side where there's only 2 attackers. If we start to rinse away at some of their attacking power, we can really start to pull resources over from the left. It looks like they've sort of gone for the, you know, winged swordsman on this side, Hertum High over on the other, with Darthy primarily over on this 3-man side, but still sending some aid. Oh, looks like we've gone for an attack with the snow trolls as well over this side, but over here we've got the hammerers. Snow trolls, you don't have to worry too much about an armor value, but again, any pause is just me gulping down tea. Quite tired today, goodness. But that high damage from hammers don't seem to be too bothered. So, but yeah, okay, no, they are breaking the kneecaps of these poor snow trolls, and it looks like he pulled out quite quickly after he did that. I realised this was just not going to work out as well on his side. So let's pull on back and try and do this differently. Still, I'm going to be interested to see how they want to use those Drake Broodlings. That's really going to be the ticket, I think, if we can get them used properly. And also the crossbows. I think just those Broodlings, those crossbows. But over here, jeepers, I mean, these boys from 2 times are kind of struggling. The general, like, Orcs of the Misty Mountains, you know, a lot of these gobos have got, for their cost, of course, they've got quite a decent armor value. And they've got a little bit of defensive skill. So, you know, up against the, you know, yeah, sure, higher damage, but real lack of armor piercing from Arthedain, these gobos are going to, you know, they're going to do okay with the grind, especially because they're coming out with a bit of armor piercing themselves. How are we doing for percentage-wise? 2 for 1, okay, so, yeah, I mean, considering we've just been using melee right now, I mean, dude, if we could... Black Orcs would be quite a nice target. Yeah, and he's seeing that. He's trying to get the Black Orcs out. If we can get these Javies on the front of those spearmen, yeah, happy. I'm sure nobody would be too upset about that. On the back of the spearmen, I'd be tempted. I don't think he should, but I would be tempted to go for a volley onto the back of the spears. Is this a break, or is this just him pulling back? Problem with goblins. Okay, no, wow, they held their morale. I was going to say, the problem with goblins is when you do pull them back, you're very, you know, very possibly going to break. And then if he breaks, there's no guarantee that his boys are actually going to run out. They might just run through the lines, and then that will be the rest of the unit gone. So, like, when I do send my goblins in, I'm very reluctant to pull them out. I usually do like just leave them in there for the full time. Got the sharpshooters there unloading shots. Now, these sharpshooters are not, you know, their ammunition is not quite as valuable as the troll slayers. Goodness! Wait, oh no, that was all just being knocked over by the trolls. But, yeah, very organised knockover. So another little sally forth. Defenders really not just wanting to sit idly by. The Broodlings. Broodlings as well. And there isn't really anything to... Reclaimers, okay. I was going to say there's not really anything to, like, break these little broodling boys, but if those reclaimers could get a close range volley, no, they're not going for it. How much damage are we actually doing here? We're knocking people around, but are we actually getting lots of kills? We are. We're getting quite a few kills with those broodlings. Okay, broodlings broken. Broken at 22. That's a damn shame. 15 now. Yeah, okay, no, they're going to run back. They're not doing... I don't believe when they're routing, I don't believe they do any damage with their charging, do they? They're not attacking or anything like that, no. So they're just knocking them around. They're just having a bit of fun, those little dragons. But, I mean, if they get back home and they get to reform, then that certainly is... And that's actually beneficial. Even though they were routing there, that's really beneficial, because all these dwarves just got knocked on their ass. We're just going to allow the goblins and the trolls that had just arrived in a perfect time to hammer away at them. I really like this aggression, and I think, to be honest, maybe this is the best way for the gobbles to try it. 4 for 3, they're staying ahead, but they're using these trolls. You know, this doesn't take in, you know, this percentage is not taking into account power. This is just taking into account the actual numbers of troops lost. It's good that 2 times is holding. You know, when you've only got, because you've got 2 players over here, you need to be a bit more careful, especially when 2 times is by himself. And there's no point in there's no point in leech running. Sometimes that's very tempting, especially when you see your ally being engaged here. You want to like run down and back them up, but you're just going to get there exhausted. Take your time. That's sort of one of the best things that an attacker can do. Well, that a defender can do to an attacker. If they make them feel that they need to rush, if they make them feel that they don't actually control the sway or the flow of the battle, which is really the biggest thing as an attacker. You control the pace. And I've said this before a lot, like if me as an attacker, if you're up against me, if you make me feel like I no longer control the pace, then you're pretty much won, because I'm making decisions based on your time scale at that point, and I'm making bad decisions. Then I'm at my best when I can just slowly organize, send in what I want when I want to get this stuff going, you know. And it's when you switch the tables on me somehow, either by getting some cavalry against me, by punishing one of my allies, by, I don't know, yeah, just some sort of creative way, you can really do some damage. Now they're actually coming into the right side there, which is fantastic. So even though these heavy goblin spears have quite a nice shield value, these javelins do not care about that. Some of these guys in the back here, I think will be getting a shield value, but I mean, worst case scenario, that was just little bandit javelins. It's not like really, really high value jabs. So even if he has gone into the face of them, it's all right. And now that's just a big horde unit to throw into the front line to hopefully cause a little bit of a morale shock, or grind and rip away at this gobble line. Yeah, I mean, and those bandits aren't really wearing any armor, so that armor piercing is not going to be super duper, you know, worth its money there. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, but they control it. Yeah, I was going to say this is really interesting, but they oh dear, look at those bodies. Now the issue is, because that gate is not actually broken, it's controlled by the attackers. This is going to mean if the defenders can do something sneaky somehow. Now I'm not saying they'll do this right now, but say there could be a situation like with these broodlings, when they run forward, if they can end up like taking that as they get too close to it, are they going to end up taking it? No. Yeah, so they've taken that, and now we can flood forward with anything. So I would get my infantry. What I would do is I would get these spearmen, and I would eat, or well, I mean, to be honest, the broodlings are going to do a good job, but I would get some infantry forward, because they can't reinforce until that gate's down. So yeah, this is why you really want to destroy the gate. You don't want to take the gate, just because you run the risk of this. I mean, trolls are great, but why not just get this unit of heavy goblin spears in there, and just make sure they can't retake that, and just eat everything. I just feel you don't need to use the trolls for this. But that's a nice win. I mean, it's not a massive, but there was a unit of pikes there. a unit of warriors of Khazad, and a unit of marksmen who have not used up their ammunition. Surely not. So, I see. Yeah, good little catch from the Winged Swordsman and no, this is Winged Swordsman operation here. But yeah, good move. About those little victories. Attackers, I mean, this is the whole vibe, especially in a 5v3. Attackers are allowed to make some mistakes. You can make quite a few mistakes, and you can still turn things around. You can still come out on top. I really need to get a picture, just so I don't forget. I'll take two just right now. Hopefully, I'll find something really nice later. But I'm good at forgetting to take pictures throughout battles. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So you, as an attacker, you can really make quite a lot of mistakes and still do pretty well. As a defender, you can really only make one or two. But every little mistake, or I'm not going to say mistake, but every little win that a defender makes against an attacker is just going to make things a little bit easier for him. Now he doesn't have to worry about, as I say, that full unit worth of arrows coming at him. Now, yeah, just about everything over here has got some decent armor. Those arrows wouldn't have really messed with him too much, but still, you know, I mean, the little snag are now a bit safer, and situations where maybe if those archers go over here and got a side or back shot where they were avoiding the shields, that's going to be pretty messy. But that ain't going to happen again now. We've busted that gate open. That's why I get a little bit upset when I end up capturing a gatehouse instead of destroying it, because there's no benefit to me. This in a campaign, yeah, because you know, if I destroy that gatehouse, it means I'm having to repair it. But no, in a skirmish, doesn't matter. I need that destroyed. But no, I definitely do appreciate the sort of narrative aspect of this battle. I think it's a good mix of factions, which is always quite tempting. Well, it was quite cool for me. Snag of skirms over here, trying to get a shot. Are we one or two? Okay. What are we going for? Into the sharpshooters. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If it was Medex, I wouldn't be heartbroken about that. But the thing is, you really want to use those sharpshooters in melee. So if I was the attackers as well, the defenders as well, oh my god. Oh, it's almost destroyed. But that's such... Even when it's destroyed, it's going to absorb arrows. Or axes in this case. But that's a lot of lost axes. That's well over half of those axes. Now, is it going to absorb more? I don't know how big the model still is, even though it's destroyed. Let's see. Are we giving another volley? Maybe not. But no, that's a shame. That is a dang shame from Diego. Because that's definitely, what, probably... Yeah, I think there was definitely like 100 axes stuck in there, which those axes coming into a berserker's head, that could have been definitely an easy berserker kill. Which again, yeah, just another little win for the defenders. Leech is coming deep in now. We're not screwing around with any skirmishing. Those shield guard. Wavering shield guard. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness me. If we got a break, which those broodlings could do. Damn, you do not usually see shield guard. Wow. Okay. That was a big unit of shield guard just to break. And they are getting eaten. Okay. Things are... Right. And those miners as well. Hey, look. AP, they're still dwarves at the end of the day. That is interesting. I think that was a bit too bold from Leech. You know, we should have probably still just done a little bit of skirmishing. But saying that, Leech doesn't have that much skirmishing in his army, does he? So he's kind of just... And we've lost that unit of archers. So maybe this aggressive melee play is the best thing for it. Oh dear me, yeah. Messy, for sure. And again, I think when... Oh, these guys don't have a shield. And those crossbows are not going to care about that armor value very much. So we need a line of shields in front of these guys, if we can. And the Troll Slayers too, taking those hits. Ouch. See a winged swordsman there, getting some good plays on the go. What we got? Yeah, still engaging outside. Looks like Cream Garrison Footmen just sort of trying their best to grind in, very tight, alongside the bandits and a few hammerers too. That's good. I've got a big thing for pikes, and pikes mixing up with two-handed like axemen or hammerers, like some sort of AP, because you've got the you know, the little pikes, just keeping them at bay, and then you've got like the good solid AP from like just a cheap, or well in this case a very good, but like sometimes even just like a cheap axe coming in. I'm trying not to move the camera around all that much. I'm noticing I am sort of jerking it about a bit. I think it is better to try and glide a little bit and then just sort of find things to settle on while we discuss instead of darting around all that much. So I'll try to be a little bit careful about that again. As I say, I'm relearning things. Those miners either getting bugged in this little space, or they were just sent right back in as soon as they stopped writing. Those civilians coming forward just to take, I don't know. Oh yeah, just got broken there by the little baby dragons. Yeah, it's just serving as a quick snack by the boys there. So I should say, yeah, situation as it stands for me, lifestyle wise. I do have some time to record. Hopefully, everything goes to plan. I should have about a month of just like hardcore recording, and so I'll do my very best to just stock up as much content as I can to make sure that I've got a good backlog before I have to zoom away again. And it's not a very long time at home, but as I say, I don't have too much else to distract me. So you know, the dream would be at least you know, on average I should be able to record a video a day. You know, I'll try and get 2 videos recorded a day, and I should be able to get a decent amount stored up. As long as I keep up with my editing side of it and my processing side of it, and of course then the uploading and all this shenanigans, I should be able to get quite a bit stored up over the while. And we've got some elites coming in now from the dwarves. They are, which I don't think is a bad idea. I think that yeah, I mean, we've seen the Misty Mountain. They've got quite a few of these elite infantry units. But, I mean, the Goblin King Bodyguard, I love them. I will always take them. But they're not going to go toe-to-toe with many other elites. They really are there as a defensive, as a line-holding unit. And yeah, they'll mince men-at-arms. But something like the Legion Bodyguard going toe-to-toe with them, yeah, RIP. So, it's those Black Backmount Berserkers. Those are the fear. And there is there's only 3 defenders here. A lot of them have brought 2 of these units, so yeah, we've got quite a lot of them, but still, you know, they're not limitless. They are not limitless. But yeah, so in terms of videos, I'll try and just get through every replay that has been sent to me, which of course, these are all in the old version of the game. I know that we're getting very close to the new version coming out. I've not actually played the test version yet. I've been watching a fair bit of like Umad's content, just following it and seeing what's changed, seeing what's interesting, and I'm very excited. But I think what is important to me right now is to go through the replays that people have sent to me. You know, because people, yeah, as I say, somebody sends me something, I kind of want to get through it. So that's my interest right now, is just trying to get through this backlog. Issue though, I will probably not be able to get to anything that gets sent to me from this point on. So if you want to, feel free to send me a message on Discord, and you can offer me a replay here and there. I always appreciate it, but I will warn you, most likely will not be something I can get to, because I've got quite a lot stowed up, and I do want to do a fair bit of playing myself with a few people that are still playing the old version, and just try to try to get through all of that. So we've got a little bit of a shield wall push here from these Greenway Garrison Spears. They are still just a standard mass 1 unit. But shield wall helps a lot. You know, you're always going to get some distance if you're in a shield wall, and I know there was one attack, it was actually on Moria, where was I playing as Arthedain? I think, yeah, I think I was playing as Arthedain, and I just had to use my, no, it was just the standard militiamen of, what are they called again? The Lake Evandem Spears? Yeah, I just had them and just had them armoured up. Or this may have been way back in the day where it was 4 Noceran Defenders. You still had them in your forces. I think I just had them in a shield wall and I was pushing at the enemy. Could have been. So we saw we weren't able to sort of breach through it there. Imagine if we had, what would have, we would have been right into the Berserkers. The Snow Trolls are there just ready to answer. But I think the dream would be to shut down these snag of skirms before they can use up all their ammunition. Don't really know how much they've got left. It's always nice to sort of keep the enemy on their toes with your ranged units. I'll always try my best, see if I've got a unit of snag of skirms, I will always try my very best to make sure I don't use every single shot until I absolutely have to. You know, so in those early stages, I'll try and make sure that they've got one shot left, just so that they're all still holding their javelins, so that the enemy force is looking at them thinking, okay, how much ammunition do they have left? You know, I could still have half of it left. You know, if they've been watching carefully, of course they'll know, but yeah. So Black Mountain Berserkers coming in here, up against the sentries and the hammers. Of course they will rinse these guys, but those hammers do have the AP and the high attack value to make the berserkers think, at least, you know. They will be taking some damage there. Still, it's definitely quite a nice use. I like to use these powerful units early, which is something we've been seeing from the Goblin Boys a lot today. They are using the heck out of these powerful units. These Reclaimers, they are getting rinsed. Again, this is just a very powerful unit at range, but also something that we need to be using in melee after. So seeing the crossbow fire coming straight into them, and it's unshielded, so it's a damn shame right now. Fire arrows coming in into the heavy goblin crossbows. It's not really yeah, I mean, no issue with using fire arrows there. It just sort of you're going to be shooting a little bit slower, so maybe I don't really know if I'd be doing them there, because you're not really going to get a break. But still, you're making them think about their morale a bit. Those berserkers are having a bit of a tough time up against those warriors. Are there still a few pikes? Because this would be lovely. Oh, Imladris Guardians. We're getting the elves involved. Very nice. Yeah, so with the elves mixing it up here, this is yeah, those berserkers are going to have a very tough time. Still some axes coming overhead into what we got back here. Are these the skirms? No, these are the crossbowmen. We really do want those crossbows dead, which I understand for sure. Especially once those berserkers go down, we will have a clear shot right into the front lines. Looks like Hertum knows that they are the target and they want to get them back, but we really don't want to expose those berserkers to any fire, do we? So I'm hoping that they either pull back or they get something put in front of them. Fantastic. Bodyguard? Okay. Okay, wait, oh, so this is Dorothy. Ah, okay, so this is Dorothy's forces. How much does Hertum have left, I wonder? He has been taking a few losses. And now it is time for Dorothy to come up and take a bit of the flak. Those bodyguard, it's an interesting choice, yeah, because those bodyguard are going to be able to sort of withstand the damage from the spears for sure, and the surviving footmen. There isn't really any AP here. I'll be interested to see how the bodyguard do up against the likes of the Imladris Guardians, though. There's only 21 of them left, though. I think, though, the issue here is that these bodyguard are just too outnumbered. If we had even just a unit of like heavy goblin infantry there, just to make up the numbers, I think this would be really quite nice. But I think as it stands, we're not going to be getting such great worth out of these poor boys. They are just going to get gutted. If this was like chaff infantry, but it's not. These are mainline dwarves of Khazad and a few elves still mixed in amongst there, with, you know, pikes of the western kingdoms of men. Looks like we are falling back here now, though. Those berserkers, the last few berserkers, holding the line till the end, and yeah, nope. But Winged Swordsman is pulling back, or is he not? Oh, is he? No, he's reorganizing. Looks like he wants to keep this choke point. Because the problem is, once you sacrifice that choke point, you give the enemy this open area to play with. This is just such a nice big space that they can start positioning any archers or any range units that they still have. And you don't have anything to hide behind. Any unit you've got is either in the front line there or kept all the way back in reserve here, which reinforcing from there to there, that's a long time. And it's a long time that they can be getting shot at as they're running as well. But the Berserkers, backed up by the Black Orcs of the Mountain now, as heaps of these Warriors of Khazad, sentries of Khazad come flying in. Those Arthedain marksmen, oh yeah, cool, because I'm interested to see how many kills those Arthedain marksmen get at the end of this. Because I keep saying this is maybe not the time for them, but at the same, they've been laying down pretty constant fire. Ah, fantastic. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, if we're getting shots into the likes of the Berserkers, then I'm very chuffed with that. They're 2 hit points, so 1 second, let me move my foot mat. Those Berserkers are 2 hit points, so of course we're not going to be seeing like an immediate drop from them, but a lot of them took arrows there, and that's gonna hurt them later on. I like that little. I always like to zoom in the minimap like this. I always think it looks quite nice. And it sort of gives us a good view, especially when you've got a lot of like very dark forces here on quite a dark map. It can be difficult to really make out where the attacking forces are and the defending forces, but you can see from this little mini-map, we do have a few coming in. And I love it when you've got like a proper push and you just start to see the blue or red in some cases start to just break open a formation. Black Orcs, and this is another one of Darthy's elite units there. Blackback Mountain Berserkers coming on in. And we're not really... Oh, shoot, that's a big unit of spears just broken. And they're just breaking right into the enemy lines. Damn shame to see. We do have the surviving Legion. How many more Legion? Oh, still 22 Legion Bodyguard there, but I'd love to see something else of worth answering this. More Imladris Guardians will help. Definitely. Medex has been taking a lot of losses to get this done. But no, I mean, they've been pretty even with how they've been handling the situation. It's not been, there hasn't just been one of the attackers over here really taking the brunt of the damage. And I think over on the other side, it's been quite similar. We've been seeing, you can see from the minimap. Oh shoot, we don't actually have that much left. A lot of what we've got left are guys that have already been in there and either retreated or been pulled back. Arthedain doesn't have too much left, but what it's got left is of pretty damn good quality. And Leech, again, he's okay, he does have his 2 elites there. What Leech has left is of some pretty damn good quality as well. He does have his first Legion pikes. Okay, I was pretty damn sure that they'd be mixed in amongst there somewhere and I had just missed them. So as long as we are able to use up the enemy crossbows, those marksmen getting thrown into melee is not a pretty sight for 2 times, but at least they'll be able to do something more. They can still benefit the struggle. These Warriors of Khazad getting shot from the right side again, so those shields are not going to be too helpful. But the enemy crossbows are in melee. Over there anyway. There's still some more crossbow fire coming from this side. And do you still have much ammo? You're being saved. So we don't know how much. Probably not too much. They have been firing a fair bit, I believe. These crossbows getting sent forward. How many crossbows do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4? I believe. I'm pretty sure you hit 4 of them. I'm pretty sure you hit the red limit after 2 of them. So again, that's quite a lot of cash that's gone into there. Lots of the heavy gobble infantry being saved. I would have expected they were one of the first things to be getting sent into the front line. Would I send them in there now? I guess right now all he's wanting to do is just slowly feed them things. He's not trying to push them back. He's just wanting to like feed them heavily armored goblins just to grind through to make sure that he can get the most of his ammunition. I think that's the deal right now. What do we have? Oh, running pretty thin on the ground here. These berserkers, but oh no, those are Black Orcs of the Mountain. Berserkers still at 58. I thought those Blackback Mountain Berserkers were down at 30 something or so, but still 12 bodyguard as well. We need something more to get sent on in here. I don't know who's going to take the next struggle, or are we going to let this line collapse and try to get some volleys through with crossbow fire? Which, even if we could just get one good volley into those blackbacks, that would be juicy. Yeah, it looks like the boys here are starting to take a little bit slower than they were before, which is... Are you going to get shield wall? No, no, no. I thought maybe those Elder Enemy Spearmen were getting forward, getting shield wall, but they might just be getting set up there in case the enemy rush out again. They don't want to see these sharpshooters get broken or those reclaimers get rinsed up in melee super quick. So it's good to just have something ready to go. Oh, okay. Some axes coming into these guys. Any berserker that we see... Oh, that's crossbow fire as well. Holy smokes, okay. And the Guardians are pushed through. That's pretty funny. Okay, they've just been like, nope, nope, we are getting those berserkers. Broken now, unfortunately, but good bit of range damage onto those berserkers. And again, 2 hit point units, so there might be a few of these guys that have lost a hit point. They're getting them out. Good. Yeah, I mean they've done their purpose. And Hertum actually had his unit of blackbacks there as well. Okay, cool. Crossbows standing ready, getting some volleys in. That guy giving an order, everybody's already past you, mate, get out of there. Looks like after that, though, they will finally sacrifice that doorway. Oh, maybe not. Dorothy's actually got his boys coming back. I'm just scared about those blooming drakes in the late game. I think that they could be... I think it's good to use them early on. I think throughout they've used the Drake Broodlings really, really well. But I think that if the defenders are careful and they save that one unit of drakes... for when the attacking forces are all pretty disheveled, maybe still pretty elite, but really small in number, they just will not have the mass to stop those broodlings. You can be as elite as you want, a broodling is still going to knock you on your ass. It's going to be too much for you. Let's see, I kind of like... I'm just looking for a shot. I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah, it's clearly you've got the pillar there, you can tell we're in Moria. Yeah, I like it. I think we're good with that. Fearmongers, they're organising this front line. Lots of crossbow fire right into the Troll Slayers. Damn. So yeah, we really need these Troll Slayers in melee now as well. They're a damn good fighting force. But they're getting their jabs over... Where are they getting their jabs? Where are they putting them? They've got a good long range, good arms. That wasn't an actual throw. Nah, they interrupted it. Got them out there, which is good. Yeah, we do not want those guys to be taking hits. But saying that, what else do we have to take those hits? The Peacekeepers? I mean... Men-at-Arms. Okay, cool. We still have some Men-at-Arms. Yeah, if we can try and tempt out a shot or two into the Men-at-Arms, that's kind of what we want. But the defenders can't have much ammunition left now. What are we at percentage-wise? Okay. So, as good as I think a lot of these moves have been by the defenders, they're not ahead that far. And they have really been using ammunition, but so have the attackers, to be honest. The attackers don't have too much of their ammunition left either. We've been throwing a lot of axes, firing a lot of our own crossbows. And javelins and so on, so it's... I can see this coming down to really just a pure elite infantry slugfest toward the end. These crossbows being sent up. Okay, no. I thought they were being sent up to get them thrown into melee, but no, they're gonna get they're gonna attempt a nice, careful, like really close range right side shot into these dwarves. But the temptation is to just get even. I know those bandits are gonna want to throw things, but even if you got like a handful of troops through that, there's nothing stopping you there. Yep, these reclaimers are now in melee, so you'd be really tempted just to rush through them on that side. Just to get through. All you've got are these two guys stopping them, and then you're in. And a unit like that is very possibly just going to break in response to a few scary dwarves mixing it up in melee with them. Back here, crossbows still firing away. What we got coming down this wide? Black Orcs and Mountain again. Another full 152-man force. 2 Fearmongers being kept in reserve here. So, I mean, yeah, the First Legion pikes will make quick work of even the mighty White Eric Fearmongers, just because it'll be pikes versus halberds. But saying that, that's the exact matchup that we've got going on here, and these Fearmongers are doing a real number on the First Legion pikes. They've got some backup by the Black Orcs of the Mountain, but the guys have some men-at-arms here too. Dearie me. That is messy. 3rd Legion Infantry, these are no standard warriors of Khazad. These are the proper Legionnaires. Getting stopped by some crossbowmen. Nice little charge there. We got some kills. Well done, Crossbowman. This is going to be messy, though. Yeah, that was, what, 84? I want to see how quickly these trolls get some kills. 84 down to 76. That's some good work by the trolls. 72. Jeez, oh, and now the berserkers are in there? Yeah, good catch, man. Again, the very aggressive dwarves are being sort of punished for this, this nature. But now, okay, now that they're not really receiving any ranged support, the pikes are able to, you know, yeah, rinse the fearmongers there quite easily. Arthedain troll slayers trying their best. Where are we going? Nice! Oh, very good target. Very good up against these berserkers. Yeah, okay, that will be upsetting. Winged Swordsman still has this unit. Now a few of these guys are bloodied. They've taken a bit of damage. So they... Oh, that's the general. Okay, funny. Yeah, why not? Like, I'm always interested to see where people put their generals. I'm a big fan of putting my general in with like a bodyguard unit. But when it comes to this sort of situation, you need to be very free with your bodyguard units, and especially playing as the goblins. Okay, broodlings coming in and hitting that elven front line and just not... Okay, they've broken it now. Those elves were resilient. Those elves were really resilient to that charge at first. Okay, oh, that's 50% of the Arthedain. I'm surprised. I thought we would have hit that a while ago. Broodlings doing their best there. But yeah, no, this has been a very sturdy front line, actually. That has not gotten the broodlings sort of what they wanted. And also, maybe it even helped the attackers, because the broodlings came in and just knocked all of the goblins on their ass, which just allowed the attackers this little few seconds of getting some stabs in where the enemy wasn't stabbing them. I need to sort of know how exactly that all works, because I'm assuming like when of course the unit's on its back, it's not attacking, but I'm still seeing units attacking the downed unit. So does he still get his defensive bonus when in that case? You know, I guess they'll still get their armor and so on, but yeah, I don't know, I'll look into that. Now, finally, on this side, the three players, the humans, dwarves, and elves have managed to break through. And yeah, we're getting a bit of a flood now. The Greenwood Garrison Spears, Modex has managed to save a few of these guys, just to serve as heavy numbers for this late stage. And they're getting on in. Oh, a few of these very brave spearmen getting some stabs. You got one! Well done, lads! Very good. Dropping a few baby dragons. I know helped out by some dwarves, but no, well done, well done. And but yeah, really just serving as a bit of a flood unit, just to really control the ground here, taking some shots for their allies. Don't want to get them out too far ahead, especially not when there's berserkers around. They're very happy right now with the engagement. They've still got their dwarven allies there assisting them. Oh dear, this poor guy's about to get backstabbed by that berserker, but yeah, okay, cool. What else do we have going on? Lots of berserkers, lots of fearmongers answering to this. So again, it looks like Hurtum is not willing to lose this position. He's got his archers coming in now, and again, I don't know if those archers are going to be too useful up against what he's got arrayed against him. There's a lot of armor on those front lines. And Winged Swordsman is actually, he's really dedicated to this this position, which is a good idea. You know, as I say, you don't really want to fall back if you don't have to, especially if you've used up all of your ammunition. This is the best place for you to hold. But Leech has got his proper elites coming forward now. These guards of Khazad looking absolutely gorgeous with their full face covering masks up against the berserkers, just bringing them down. The Mountain Orc berserkers is there, are mixing it up as well. Mithril Guard too, and the pikemen of Arthedain. This looks like, yeah, this is it. This is the last few units being moved in from this side, which is, I mean, it's good, and I think that it's probably what needs to be done. And Winged Swordsman doesn't have all that much to stop it. We've got these two full units of Black Orcs. We've got a few things still battling, but we need something more. What do we have here? Good, Darthy's sending some support. This will be nice. This is Darthy's general. So if we end up losing that, and then Hurtim's actually got some troops. This is good, even though Hurtim's like holding that other side. It's good to just do what your team needs. But again, this is just, there's really high quality elites over here. High quality dwarven elites with shields, so I don't know how much these archers are going to do, but that's still just something to hold them back. Deal a little bit of damage, and then that's it. I think that's all that they really could send. Oh no, Darthy's still got quite a lot in reserve here, but he kind of needs this to deal with the still quite healthy humans, dwarves, and elves that are coming along this way. Oh, that's kind of cool because yeah, you got the gold of the Imladris forces. People love Imladris, which I get. Don't get me wrong, I understand it. The high elves are really quite something. Bandits rushing forward there. These Nuratino warriors still got their bows. Damn, and you're seeing just the amount of ranged power. We actually have some archers of Rivendell from Arthedain as well. I didn't spot those before. It's an interesting choice. Yeah, sure enough. I guess you're up against goblins, but you'd assume that the goblins would be a bit too heavily armored for something like that. The Nuratino warriors, I'm quite in favor of them because of how well they can sort of mix it up in melee after. So let's zoom back in. I want to see. Oh, that's a thin front line, and when you're playing as goblins, oh wow, victory is certain. I guess they're up against militia, but still, that's a surprise. Okay, we need a pike or a cross or a halberd. Sons of the Fallen, yeah, they'll be kind of what we need there, but I don't think we've got any pikes left. Work on it first. Maybe not time for the first legion just yet. I'd get these guys in here, just to get Materia spears. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna try and break it open. That could be a shout. Get the Materia spears just to bust open this very sort of thin front line. Get through to the skirms, because right now this is really what the defenders are needing. Just getting those. Oh, okay. I thought they were about to pull out their weapons. I think they might be out of ammunition. Oh dear me, that's not pretty. That's not pretty. Materia sharpshooters trying to work their way through this this flanking line, which I mean, getting through there with their maces is just going to be very bloody for the defenders. One Greenway Garrison spearmen routing straight in the face of the enemy. I actually kind of like this vibe. No. Come on. We want to grab a picture. No! Fuck! I wanted to grab a picture of as he was like running across the bridge. Damn. Poor dude. Oh, well, coming in for a fantastic backstab assault. Nope. They're just going to let him? They're just going to let him? Dear me. My dude. To be honest, he might actually survive. He's going to survive. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he'll survive. He is! Well done, lad. Alright, well, cool. Yeah, just go in, like, stare down the enemy archers and then bolt. Gotta have some respect for that, I guess. What do we have? Archers, 2 full units of archers. Gonna try and just keep pouring ammunition on these guys. Crossbows standing by. Yeah, with the pikes now set up. Still those guards of Khazad grinding away. The troll slayers mixed in amongst this now. Those wardens in the north, I've not really seen them send any arrows out, but they've clearly taken some damage, so they must have gone in there and then taken crossbow fire. So 2 times is probably just going to want to make sure they get all of their ammo used, because that's good armor piercing, high, very, very high damage fire. Okay, cool. Would I want to send something? Nah, I'd be honest, I'd probably send a peacekeeper. Peacekeepers they've got good armor, they've got a good shield. I would send a unit of peacekeepers right now, but maybe that's just me being a little bit too aggressive. Keep in mind, he's not alone here, but this is all they've got left now, and they need to keep the focus. So this is no longer about winning over here. This is just about keeping Darthy involved, keeping these archers over here. This is their goal now. Whenever you're coming in from, say if you're in a 4-man attack or something like that, and you're coming in from a position by yourself, it's always a good thing to remember. It's sometimes not about you actually breaching your position. It's about you making sure that the enemy is having to be fully devoted on stopping you from getting through. And even, you know, sometimes the most valuable attacker in a siege is not the guy that's actually gotten through, or the guy that's gotten the most kills. It's the guy that is forced the most resources to be dedicated toward him for the longest amount of time, so that his attackers, so that his allies, where they are stronger, can be getting in. So that's kind of what that's the vibe that he's sort of going for right now, I think. We've still got a lot of frames, but I think it's probably just going to be when we do end up having this line broken. I think there'll be a lot of probably a bit of skirmishing from the attackers, wanting to make sure that they make full use of their equipment. A few shots coming to the back of these poor mountain Orc coast, but they're actually doing very well. Surely that's going to change. Yeah, balance now. It's going down. It's going down. Yeah, I mean, Minheria Spears. I take Minheria Spears. Minheriath. There. I take Minheriath Spears to field battles, because Cardolan is. I tend not to actually play Cardolan in sieges all that much. I play the heck out of them in field battles. I really like Cardolan in a field battle. I think that they're a heck of a lot of fun. So I usually will take my Minheriath Spears for that. And I think, what the heck is this guy? What is... Oh, right, okay. It just looked really weird on the minimap, just this little line. I wasn't too sure exactly where they were. Announcer is liking the attacking side here. Gusmaro's coming up and over. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, okay. Broodlings. Little dragons, what we got? Jump, no, don't. Okay, quite a little snack before we actually reach the main line. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, we're getting in deep. We are getting in very deep. And routing. Damn. Oh, dear, broodlings. I'm sure I used to like never see broodlings rout, and then and now it's, yeah, I seem to spot it all the time. I did actually, there was a time where I thought broodlings were locked morale. I remember the first time I saw them rout, I was like, oh, what? But yeah. Infantry coming forward again just to try and hold this back. The Fearmongers are going to do some damage. I think that the dwarves at this point, Leech is more than happy to, to serve in a very unleech-like fashion and sacrifice himself for the final push here. He's not got anything. Everything he's got is dedicated just to this grind, to make sure that his human allies are as healthy as possible, and then his dwarven brethren from the eastern side. Yeah, that's meant to be well, I know where east is, but I just meant, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's narratively where we've got east. Wasn't too sure if this map was like flipped around or something like that. Make sure his brethren from the east are able to fully take over the place. There might even be some surviving dwarves. This fight is doing on this side. This fight is going pretty well for them. A few crossbows, 2 crossbow units coming in. Winged swordsman, not happy to leave the defense just to his allies. He is going to send everything in, even if it. So that's Darthy. That was Darthy's general mixed among those blackback berserkers. Then Black Orcs still from Darthy. Ooh, okay, that's the last of Winged Swordsman. So, and that has just really opened this up. Wait. Oh, that must have been Winged Swordsman's general. Ah. So he was among those yeah, but so you can see this general part of the Blackback Mountain Berserkers. Oh, yeah. He's going to be quite powerful. He's going to have AP, he's going to have some good stats, and he's going to have multiple hit points because he's part of a very high quality unit. There is a limit to it, but like say if you put your general in with like a unit of Ents, they will get a massive amount of hit points. Not as much as an Ent, but they've got a lot. That's why, as crazy as it looks, some people will do that. And, just send them in, and your general is basically a blooming powerhouse. Because he's got AP, he's got heaps of hit points, he's a real menace. But at the same time, he's not as good as an Ent. He's not as fast as an Ent. So he's probably going to die pretty quick. But for some people, And Mirkwood, the thing with Mirkwood as well is Mirkwood's morale, not as good as some of the other elves, but Mirkwood's morale is pretty dang good. So losing your general, as long as it doesn't happen at a really bad moment, losing your general is not a game ender for Mirkwood. They're usually able to come back. Lots of firepower coming to these guys now, but it's coming to the front. But I mean, the thing is, they've got to just unload on whatever they can now. Hertum doesn't really have a choice. Even, yeah, now we've even got these bandits. There's still one brave spear goblin trying to hold the line, but this bandit has pushed past him. Not really, he's sort of looking for support, looking for his allies. Oh, yeah, just this one spearman from Darthy, just a little bit confused. A little bit confused. Is he about to get backstabbed? Ah, yeah, dear, that's quite a few spears in the back, man. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, ceasing these crossbows. Some more crossbows coming in. Mountain Orc Coast need to get in. Yeah, okay, they're coming in to try and save those crossbowmen. Archers from Hertum they're coming back from that line. To be honest, at this point, yeah, I'd go for the final defense now. That general, you saw, like, that general was in melee the whole time there. We got some pretty high quality units, and so they are pretty stubborn. When you do put them in with a bodyguard unit, they're gonna fight for a while. I remember the Northern Dunedain campaign that I went through with in Divide and Conquer. I had Aragon, and he was so blooming tough to kill. Like, there was one time I was sure he was gonna die. He was like trapped up against a wall by just a massive force, and I was trying to get support to him, but I was just like, I was like, damn, okay, he's gonna die in like blooming episode 3, but managed to get him out just because he had so many hit points. Because of course they don't want you to lose him. he is a Dunedain at the end of the day, so he's a pretty stubborn dude. So it looks like the last of the goblins and Orcs on this side are being mopped up. There is nothing more, but this is still... Oh, winged swordsman? Yeah, good lad. I appreciate that a lot. Maybe tactically he should be holding the center, but no, this is the position. He is holding this gateway, and he is not going to let that go. Not until every single goblin here is dead, but he's got some crossbows, more crossbows, some skirmishers, and crossbowmen here. Oh dearie me, it's not quite a massive defense, but it's a heroic one to be sure. And if we can kill a handful more humans and just delay this assault for another minute, then it's worth it. Just stop them from running all the way in. Give Darthy and Hertum a little bit more time to organise themselves on this side. Mountain Orc Host they're fighting a downhill battle, which is nice. But there's a lot of high quality dwarves coming in. Another rout from these Groomy Garrison spearmen. But yeah, those Sons of the Fallen are going to really do some damage. Oh, crossbows. Some good crossbow fire. But I mean, the likes, we've not even seen the Gwathi Meridain. And, oh dear me, there's still this unit of Mithril Guard. Eldarin Weight Archers and the Godolim. Some very high quality fire. None of it armor piercing, but while the Godolim fire is very high mass, I don't know what we call it. There's a name. We're calling... Are we referring to them as Silverthorn arrows or something? I can't quite remember, but those very high mass arrows that just knock the enemy around. Or the Silverthorns, maybe those blue ones. Couldn't say. We've got the Lothlorien have. So yeah, 2 times is intimidated, clearly intimidated by Winged Swordsman's wild fanatic aggression here. No, he's coming in quick actually. I thought he was taking some time to reorganise, but no, he's going to rush forward. There's nothing that the defenders could really do to, especially a unit like the Peacekeepers. You know, there's nothing that they could really do to destroy this unit at this point. So I would just have them. Running on forward. They're fresh as well. So, oh no, boys, don't give a chance. Damn. I was hoping they would try to fight, but still, I mean, at this point, what Winged Swordsman needs to just do is have his unit sitting right here where they will be unbreakable. So at least, you know, they'll fight to the last man. Darthy's got still a beefy unit of Fearmongers. So they'll inflict some more damage for sure. It's not the bloodshed is not over. The fight may be decided, but the bloodshed is certainly not over. As these dwarves and elves push forward, I really do like the narrative setup of this fight. Either way, so yeah, I think the goblins gave a damn good go. I think I really like playing as the goblins in sieges, but I tend to play them on attacks because I find it very difficult to spend all this money when you're defending. But I think they really did their best, and they pulled some crazy moves to give themselves as good a chance as they could. I really don't know much that they could have done differently. And I think, I mean, the attackers played very well. Of course, you know, you've got everybody here. Well, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of names I don't recognize, but you know, you got Diego himself. So like, this is a tough that's a tough guy to climb over, for sure. But yeah, I think the defenders did about everything they could have to make this work. And alas, that's kind of, oh damn, that would have been kind of cool. Just the dwarven backs climbing up that slope. Fearmongers, arguably you'd want to maybe hold right here just to make sure they're locked morale. But are fearmongers locked? Fearmongers might be locked morale. Trudging on forward. Yeah, okay. Oh, come on, 2 times. Get into melee. Yeah. Oh, come on, just get in there at this point. No, usually when I know I've got it, when I'm pretty sure. But saying that, when I know I've got a fight, I will usually, you know, play in Eclipse's, you know, in Eclipse's terms, you know, I will play for the movie. You know, I'll play for the aesthetic of it and make sure, you know, yeah, make it slightly more even. Who knows? But there have been times that I've been screwed for that, and I've gone slightly early. I've thought, okay, yeah, we're winning, we're easily winning, and I start to play quite aggressively, maybe, or quite wildly, and I end up getting screwed for it, and we end up losing. So yeah, it's good, you know, it's good to make sure that you're doing all right. Right to the very end. But yeah, so for anybody that skipped to the end of the fight, which, yeah, hey dude, like as I always say, you know, enjoy my content in any way that you want to enjoy my content. I'm just very grateful that you are watching something. So yeah, watch it however you want to. But for anybody that sort of skipped to the end, just a quick summary. I'm at home now. I'm gonna try and do as much recording as I can for the next month or so. I'll explain everything in a bit more detail. I won't do like a summary video, but I'll probably do a slow-paced video, something quite relaxed, something that I know I can sort of sit back and have a drink and maybe like chat about for a bit. I'll maybe explain stuff in a bit more detail about what's actually going on. But I'll have about a month just to try and record as much as I can. And then I'm going away for really quite a long time. I don't know how much contact I will be able to have during that time, but I think I should be... you know, I'll definitely be able to watch stuff, but I definitely won't be able to record anything. Then, yeah, we are, we're going to be sticking to the old version of Reforged, because I still have quite a lot of battles to get through. I've got a lot of replays to crack into. I like that we're coming in from all sides. That's always good to see. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of videos to get through, so I will just, replays to get through, so I'll be sticking to the old version, trying to rattle through that. Feel free to send me something, but I will tell you now, it probably won't get done. If I'm honest, I won't really be able to have time to get to it. Fingers crossed, but probably not. It'd be my dream to do a quick campaign on Divide and Conquer, but if I get my finger out, I can definitely get one done. But I'm being a little bit lazy, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more, you know, boisterous, and I'll zoom out and get some more replays done. But Reforged replays are my priority. Then if I do get some time, I'll try and get a quick Divide and Conquer replay done. But yeah, this was really fun. I was absolutely chuffed to bits with how the defenders played there. I really think they did everything they possibly could. and it was just a dang good group of attackers. I really liked the attackers' army compositions. They were a lot of fun. I think they were pretty damn effective too. And yeah, they played well. In this sort of circumstance, you really need the attackers to screw up quite a bit. And with this quality of players, you know, we Modexa as well. Yeah, I forgot about him. With the attackers that we had here, we really are. You're not going to get those big screw ups that you need. You know, and I mean, all the attackers here I recognize, so it's you know, it was a tough match for them. Apart from Leech, I've never seen Leech before. Yeah, but no, so very good, a lot of fun. Let's see what we've got with those Arthedain stats, eh? Yeah, I mean, this is you see the elves that we had left. We could have. This is why there's not as many kills from the elves, and there's still quite a lot of these Cardolan humans left. But he was really heavy numbers. You can see on this side, and the difference between Leech's army and Diego's army is pretty. You know, that's over 300 men difference. So that's quite something too. Goodness me, boys. The amount of prisoners captured from winged swordsmen, that was some impressive stuff. So what do we have here? Anything really? So yeah, 137. That's pretty nice. As an attacker with your archers, I think that's really quite good. And the fact that they were just denied these 25, well, like that could have been another 100. Even if that was another 80, that would have really made the game so much easier for them on their side. Shame about the civies, you know. I don't know. Like, I think they can do some work for sure, but yeah. Apart from that, anything else that's crazy? But oh yeah, Dismounted Knights of Numerous. They were pretty healthy at the end still. But I like the army. You can get 2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can get 2 before you go into the red limit, just because you need some form of AP. So many healed. So many pikemen healed. I guess they were all shot to pieces. Usually that's a good sign to show that, like, well, that's a good way to know if something was shot, because it's more likely to heal range damage than it is melee damage. But yeah, cool. I would love to see some of the defenders kills, really sort of see what got this done for winged swordsmen. But yeah, super duper. Still 4 guys left. I wonder where they were. Just hiding here. Cool. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.